I'm Katarina Amelia. We're glad to have you with us today. Whether you're watching with your evening snack or just taking a break from scrolling through social media. First, we will talk about Iran's Revolutionary Guard said on Wednesday, June 10, that they launched long-range missile at 4 targets inside the U.S. al-Azraq military base in Jordan. According to the guards, the targets included hangars used by F-35 fighter jets as well as a command and control center. Meanwhile, the United States carried out another strike against Iran on Tuesday, June 9 local time, following the downing of a U.S. Army Apache helicopter. U.S. President Donald Trump accused Iran of shooting down the attack helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz on Monday, June 8. So viewers, stay with us as we bring you the top stories and latest developments from around the world. So viewers, this is OneNews International. Iran's Revolutionary Corps announced on Wednesday, June 10, that they had launched long-range missile targeting 4 locations at the U.S. al-Azraq military base in Jordan. According to the guards, the targets including hangars housing F-35 fighter jets as well as a command and control facility. The group also warned that it was prepared to deliver what it described as a crushing and decisive response to any future U.S. military action. Jordan's armed forces, however, say they successfully intercepted and destroyed 5 missiles fired from Iran toward the al-Azraq area. The military added that debris from the interception landed inside Jordanian territory but caused neither injuries nor property damage. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi issued a strong warning to the United States, stating that any attack or threat against Iran will be met with a response. Writing on social media platform X, Araghchi said Iran's armed forces will not leave any aggression unanswered and urged foreign forces to leave the region if they wish to remain safe. The comments come after U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, announced that American forces had carried out what it called defensive strike against Iranian targets under the orders of President Donald Trump. The operation followed the reported downing of a U.S. Apache helicopter a day earlier. A U.S. official said the strikes focused on several Iranian air defense and radar installations around the Strait of Hormuz. CENTCOM said the operation began at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday and was officially concluded later on Wednesday. Iranian officials responded by emphasizing their military preparedness. Ebrahim Rezai, spokesperson for the Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee, said the country's armed forces had reached their highest level of combat readiness and that any damage from previous attacks had already been repaired. He added that Iran was fully prepared to respond to any hostile action at the highest level if necessary. Iran's Ministry of Defense also released a statement pledging to expand the production of military equipment and weapon systems. The ministry said it will continue strengthening the country's defense capabilities and deterrence measures to protect Iran's security, independence, and territorial integrity. Earlier Wednesday, reports emerged of explosions in several areas of southern Iran in Hormuzgan province, including the cities of Sirik and Minab. At the same time, a militia-linked group in Iraq claimed that Iranian drones had crossed Iraqi airspace and struck US-related targets. Separately, Israeli military chief al-Azraq said on Tuesday that Israel remains prepared to resume operations against Iran at any moment. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi issued a warning to the United States in a post on X on Tuesday, June 9, stating, "Leave our region if you want to be safe," and pledging that Iran will respond to any aggression or threat. The statement came after U.S. military strikes on Iran, following President Donald Trump's claim that Tehran had downed a U.S. Apache helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz, further increasing uncertainty about the possibility of peace between the two nations. Iranian state media reported strikes on Qasem Island in the Strait of Hormuz and confirmed that a projectile hit the port city of Sirik. Reports also say explosions were heard in nearby Bandar Abbas, according to the Mer news agency. Trump earlier said the two U.S. pilots involved in the incident were unharmed. A U.S. official, speaking anonymously, said the Apache was brought down by a one-way Iranian drone attack. In a social media post, Trump said he had been informed by the military that an advanced Apache helicopter was shot down while patrolling the Strait of Hormuz and stressed that the United States will respond. He confirmed that both pilots were safe after being rescued, though he did not provide details on the cause of the crash. The U.S. military, through Central Command, say the AH-64 Apache went down around 3 a.m. Tuesday, June 8, and a Navy surface drone recovered the crew. The incident has added further strain to already fragile efforts to negotiate a peace deal and stabilize the region, including reopening the Strait of Hormuz, a key global shipping route.
United States military launched another strike against Iran on Tuesday, June 9, local time. The operation was carried out in response to the downing of a U.S. Army Apache helicopter. U.S. President Donald Trump accused Iran of shooting down the attack helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz on Monday, June 8. Iranian state media reported that the strike occurred on Qasem Island in the Strait of Hormuz and that a projectile hit the port city of Shirik along the strategic waterway. Meanwhile, the U.S. military said the operation began at 5 p.m. local time and described the mission as a proportional response to Iranian aggression. Trump previously stated that the two pilots aboard the Apache helicopter survived the incident without injuries. According to a U.S. official, the Apache helicopter was shot down by an Iranian one-way attack drone. Iranian Foreign Minister al-Azraq did not directly respond to the incident. However, he emphasized that foreign military forces operating in the region face risks of accident and armed confrontations. Trump has repeatedly said that Iran and United States are close to reaching an agreement, although little progress has been made since the ceasefire that began in early April. Firefighters in Belfast responded on Tuesday, June 9, to a bus that had been deliberately set on fire during protests linked to immigration. Hundreds of demonstrators marched through the city, and some vehicles were torched. following the arrest of a Sudanese man accused of a knife attack that caused serious head and neck injuries to one victim. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the incident sickening after footage of the attack in North Belfast on Monday evening circulated widely on social media. Authorities are not currently treating the case as terrorism. It comes amid rising tensions in the UK after the killing of a student who was fatally stabbed. During the incident, police handcuffed him while he was dying after the attacker, a Sikh man, falsely claimed it was a racist assault. The situation also follows ongoing protests over immigration. With populist groups arguing that Britain's asylum system has enabled dangerous individuals to enter the country. Northern Ireland also experienced anti-immigrant unrest last year after an alleged sexual assault case. Taiwan's military conducted a live-fire drill on Wednesday, June 10, deploying its newly acquired HIMARS rocket system in a simulated scenario targeting an invading Chinese force. The exercise demonstrated the system's shoot and scoot capability, designed to quickly relocate after firing, in order to avoid enemy counterattacks and improve battlefield survival. This marked the first time the U.S. made high-mobility artillery rocket system, produced by Lockheed Martin, was fired from Taiwan's west coast in central Taichung, an area facing China. The system had previously been tested off the East Coast last year. Taiwan is continuing to upgrade and modernize its military by introducing more mobile and advanced weapon systems, while also making training exercises less predictable to better reflect real combat conditions. HIMARS, which has seen extensive use in Ukraine's conflict with Russia, has a strike range of roughly 300 kilometers, potentially allowing it to hit targets in China's Fujian province across the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan's western coastline, which faces China, is widely viewed as a likely landing area in the event of the invasion. The HIMARS system would likely be used alongside Taiwan's domestically developed Thunderbolt 2000 rocket launcher to strike opposing forces during landing attempts or while still at sea. Thunderbolt systems were also used on the first day of the exercise on Tuesday, June 9. China, which considers Taiwan part of its territory and has not ruled out using force to achieve unification, maintains a near-daily military presence around the island with air and naval patrols. In response to the drills, Chinese Defense Ministry spokesperson Zhang Xiaogang reiterated Beijing's position that Taiwan independence efforts supported by external powers or military means will fail. He said such action go against the trend of history and insisted that China's reunification is inevitable, warning that attempts at separation will ultimately be unsuccessful. Turkey's Interior Minister Mustafa Sifti made a firm statement regarding the status of Jerusalem, which is currently under Israeli control. In a Justice and Development Party meeting in Khartoum on Saturday, 6 June, Sifti expressed his belief that one day Jerusalem will be freed from occupation and return under Turkey's influence. He compared this hope to changes that have taken place in Syria in the past. According to him, just as the Turkish people have witnessed developments in Damascus and Aleppo, they will also see Jerusalem being liberated in the future. Chiefly emphasized his belief that this could be achieved under the leadership of Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He even described Erdogan as a globally influential leader capable of enabling Turkey to play a greater role in the region. Historically, Jerusalem was indeed under the rule of the Ottoman Empire for more than 4 centuries, specifically from 1516 to 1917. That rule ended after the Ottomans were defeated in World War I. Ottoman heritage in Jerusalem can still be found today, including the walls surrounding the old city and several arrangements related to religious sites that were implemented during that era. Swift's statement received a strong response from Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz. He rejected the claim and emphasized that Jerusalem will remain part of Israel. Katz stated that Jerusalem is no longer Constantinople and stressed that Israel has the capability to defend itself against various threats. He also claimed that Jerusalem has been the center of Jewish life for thousands of years and will remain the capital of Israel in the future. According to Katz, the era of the Ottoman Empire has ended and will not be repeated in the region's history. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us here at OneNews International. I'm Katarina Amelia. Thank you for watching and for staying up to date with the latest news. We'll be back tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. with more stories, developments, and headlines from around the world. See you tomorrow on the TV OneNews.com YouTube channel. Bye!